Hello dear learners, this is Dr. N Waghmare and I would like to welcome you on the very important session on stress management. Nowadays, all are haunted with the stress and the COVID pandemic has increased the stress level of all. All are complaining about the stress, including the children to the old age people. So, let us learn, is it possible to avoid stress from our lives? What are the ways to manage the stress? Is it possible to live the stress-free life? At the same time, I will tell you whether the stress is positive for your life or it is having only negative impacts. The learning objectives of this session are, at the end of this session, students will be able to identify common stress indicators and stress-related diseases, and they can use the techniques of reducing stress effectively. Once upon a time, there was a psychology professor. She walked around on stage while teaching stress management principles to an auditorium filled with students. As she raised a glass of water, everyone expected they would be asked the typical glass half empty or glass half full question. Instead, with a smile on her face, the professor asked, "How heavy is this glass of water I am holding?" Students shouted out answers ranging from 8 ounces to a couple of pounds. She replied, "From my perspective, the absolute weight of this glass doesn't matter. It all depends on how long I hold it. If I hold it for a minute or two, it is fairly light. But if I hold it for an hour straight, its weight might make my arm ache a little. If I hold it for a day straight, my arm will likely cramp up and feel completely numb and paralyzed, forcing me to drop the glass to the floor. In each case, the weight of the glass doesn't change, but the longer I hold it, the heavier it feels to me." So, the moral of the story is, the longer you hold on, the heavier it gets. So, learn to leave the negative things. Stop worrying and start living. I'm going to cover what is the meaning of stress, what are the signs and causes of stress, and at the same time, I will teach you what are the stress management strategies. Everybody have to deal with a huge amount of stress. The pressure is placed by the teachers, parents, peers, relatives, and the society on the students. All of the human beings are undergoing physical and emotional changes. Why stress management? It is vital for maintaining a healthy level of emotional and mental health. It includes college assignments, keeping up with extracurricular groups and events. Students has to face a lot of stress to complete their college assignments, keeping up with extracurricular groups and events, and to submit the assignments before the time and to meet the deadlines. Let us learn what is a stress. Stress is a wear and tear body experience. If we cannot adjust ourselves with changing environment, then it is resulted into stress. There are physical and emotional effects on us because of stress. But stress can create positive and negative feelings. The positive stress, it is called eustress. The positive stress helps to compel us to action. It results in a new awareness and an exciting new perspective. It will rise to positive outcome through stressful environment. For example, imagine if there is no stress of examination, then do we study? Definitely not. It is difficult to decide how much stress is useful to motivate the person. The responses of the individuals are different. Let us learn what are the negative influences of stress. We can feel distrust, rejection, anger, and depression because of stress. It will lead to health problems such as headache, upset stomach, rashes, insomnia, ulcers, high blood pressure, heart disease, and strokes. The signs of the stress. The mental symptoms of stress are tension, irritability, inability to concentrate, trouble in sleeping. The physical symptoms of stress are dry mouth, difficulty in breathing, stomach upset, a pounding heart, and sweating heart. Let us learn about the causes of stress. Whenever our body feels that something is not favorable, then it tries to defend itself. If this situation continues for a long time, then our body is working overtime. There are several causes of stress. Let us learn about what are the domestic causes of the stress. For example, death of spouse or close relative or friend, injury or illness of any family member, marriage of self, son, daughter, brother or sister, separation or divorce from partner, children's educational performance, hyperactive children, argument or heated conversations with spouse, family members or friends, financial worries, change of place or migration, etc. are the causes of stress at home. Let us learn about the causes of stress at work. Relationship with peers, support from colleagues and juniors, excessive work pressure to meet out the deadlines, to give new results, extra assignments on holidays, harassment, losing performance, etc. are the causes of workplace stress. Adopting the right attitude can convert a negative stress into positive. Remember, life is 1% what happens to us and 99% how we react to that. How to manage stress, that is the most important factor of this video. First, you have to become aware of stress and emotional and physical relations. Try to notice the distress. Don't ignore it and don't gloss over the problems. Determine what event distresses you. Determine how body responds to the stress. The golden rule of stress management is that recognize what you can change and what you cannot change. There are many things where we are helpless to change. Then it is better to accept the situation. If you cannot change the situation, then it is better to change yourselves. Try to ask these questions to you. Can you change your stressor by avoiding or eliminating them completely? Can you reduce their intensity? Can you shorten your exposure to stress? For example, taking a break, leave physical premises, etc. Can you devote the time and energy necessary to make a change? For example, goal setting, time management, etc. Try to reduce the intensity of the emotional reactions. Try to respond, not to react. The stress reactions are triggered by perception of danger, physical or emotional threat. Are you viewing stressor in exaggerated terms? Are you expecting to please everyone? Stop this. Nobody can please all of the people in this world. Try to accept as you are. Are you overreacting? Try to temper your excess emotions. Be balanced. Learn to notice the physical reactions. Slow and deep breathing bring your heart rate and respiration back to normal. Relaxation techniques and meditation help to manage the stress. Build your physical reserves. Exercise such as walking, swimming, cycling or jogging will help you to reduce the stress factors. Eating well-balanced and nutritious diet is also a stress buster. Try to maintain your ideal weight. Avoid nicotine, alcohol and other stimulants. Try to mix leisure with work. Taking the breaks is also very important and get the enough sleep. Build your emotional reserves. Develop mutually supportive friendships and relationships. Pursue realistic goals. Expect some frustrations, failures and sorrows. Nobody can be successful always. We must learn to deal with the failures also. Always be kind and gentle with yourself. Be friend of yourself. Let us learn what are the stress busters. There are some physical or physiological ways of dealing with stress, such as practicing relaxation meditation, having a proper diet, taking adequate sleep, Walking, jogging, skipping, cycling, playing badminton, pursuing the holidays, etc. are the stress busters. Let us learn about the emotional or psychological stress busters. Reading books, writing diary, creative writing, write what is disturbing you, listen to songs and music, and managing our time usefully will really help us to manage the stress. Spiritual and social stress busters also play a vital role. Practicing the daily prayer, meeting your friends, sharing your thoughts, inculcating support from yourself within your family and neighbor, confronting the life problems rather than ignoring them, visiting the religious places, having meal with the family members, developing the habit of saving money and fixing your goal and be firm will definitely help you to manage the stress effectively. Here there are some ways to manage the stress. Therapy, spa, exercise, following the hobbies, meditation, yoga, spending time in the company of nature, time management, and music. Stress is caused by your thoughts, not by the situation. So, stop focusing on how stressed you are and remember how blessed you are. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. Then wisely choose your thoughts and choose your reaction to the situation. I will breathe. I will think of solutions. I will not let my worry control me. I will simply breathe and it will be okay because I don't quit. Winners never quit and quitters never win. Then, instead of ignoring the problem and instead of taking a stress of those problems, try to confront the situation and try to fight the battle. And definitely, you will be the winner. A diamond is just a piece of charcoal that handled stress exceptionally well. So, if you want to convert yourselves into a diamond from a charcoal, then stress is inevitable and you have to learn how to handle the stress. This is the reference I have used to make this video. Thank you.